Hi, today is June 21st, 2017, and I'm going to talk about my little trip down memory lane. I'm not there, haven't been to San Francisco in many a moon, not since the late 70s, to be honest, though I'm hoping maybe I can get there this year. But let me tell you a little bit what it was like. I actually ended up in the Haight in the spring of 1967. Did I wear flowers in my hair? Oh yeah, sure I did. I was into Ophelia, and I was wearing flowers in my hair for a couple of years before that. So I ended up in San Francisco with the other flower children. I was there not because it was part of a scene. I was there not because I was part of the party crowd or because I heard something about it on TV or something. I was there because I was artistic and bohemian, and I'm still artistic and bohemian. I was there because I love dancing, and I love music, and I love flowers, and I love colors. I tell people that my favorite color is kaleidoscope. And when I think of Haight-Ashbury, it's like looking through a kaleidoscope. You wander into the tunnel and you come out into this explosion of sound and of sight and scent. It was amazing. We dressed in paisley. We dressed in floral prints. We're talking about the girls here. And I mean, with the guys, they wore their French jackets, and everybody wore feathers and headbands. And some people dressed like they were coming out of a Victorian Gothic novel. Others dressed like it was the Roaring '20s. I would see guys that had raccoon coats on, and girls that had beaded gowns and fringe dresses. That was all part of the scene. And we danced. We danced like a leaf on a tree or a wave in the ocean or a flower in the breeze. Oh, yes, we did. We would walk down Haight Street. We would usually start at Masonic, where the drugstore was, and then we would walk down the street to kind of just, we would truck. That's what we called it. Now, in the Sunset Strip later, years later, it was strutting. But in the Haight, you would truck down the street. It's like, oh yeah, you're a hippie chick, you're a hippie dude, you're trucking. And then you get to the end of the street with your blowing bubbles, and you've got a wand of patchouli or musk or maybe strawberry, and you're passing out love beads to strangers. Love beads that you possibly spent hours making. And you would do that, you'd have a big smile on your face. You'd walk past the psychedelic shop, you'd walk past Love Burgers, you'd walk past the fish and chips place at the end of the street. You'd say hi to people you knew and hello to people you didn't know, especially if they were good-looking members of the opposite sex. Oh, yeah. So then you get to the end of the street, and you're at Lyon Street. So you walk into the park, and you walk under this little kind of almost like a little hill, and you walk under like this, kind of like a bridge and little tunnel, whatever. And then on the other side, there's this big expansive lawn, and then you come to Hippie Hill. And often there would be a bunch of people with drums, their conga drums, and they would be playing wonderful music. Maybe somebody would have a flute or they'd have a guitar, and you would be chasing butterflies. You would see families with their children. You'd see little kids running around, and there'd be flowers in people's hair, and there'd be smiles on their faces. And it was a wonderful time. It was a special time in history, and I don't know if it would ever be repeated. Maybe society is too jaded. And some people say, oh, it's just because you never really wanted to grow up. We were grown up, but we were living in a different place. And it was a place that we had created. And it only lasted for a short time. But it has influenced people. It has influenced people and the world in a lot of ways to the good. Now, some people ended up going into New Age religions and the Eastern religions. In my case, I became a practicing Christian, which I am, and that was my decision. But that was part of that scene. It is simply that you chose what religion or what faith you were going to be. In my case, had to be with Jesus Christ. And I would tell people, pick up a King James Bible, read the Gospels, and find out who Jesus Christ really was. Not just what would Jesus do, but who is Jesus, and what did he say? So that is who I was. That's who I became. And if you want to join in the celebration, wear something festive, wear flowers in your hair, wear a headband, wear feathers, blow bubbles, make some beads, whether they're necklaces like I make, whether they're bracelets, which I didn't make, whatever the case may be. Be kind to strangers. Take somebody out for a meal. If you don't have love beads, and sometimes some people might prefer that. Treat others with kindness and love and gentleness. Enjoy this summer and use it to make the world a better place, so that when the autumn of change comes on September 21st, you will have changed the world and made it a better place. Peace, love, God bless.